All right, everyone. This was a really fun one tonight. First off, I told the kids after the game they were part of two things that um, a lot of baseball players have not been a part of. First, I told them they were part of a rain delay. Um, I also told them they were part of a complete game pitching performance. When I got home, I started looking at things and confirmed it. Tonight was not only a complete game shutout, it was a no-hitter. So our pitcher threw a no-hitter, 71 pitches. Um, what that means for anybody who's questioning it, a no-hitter is occurs when we don't have anybody get on base by a hit. So tonight we our pitcher threw 71 pitches over 4 innings. He recorded 12 outs, 11 of those being strikeouts, walked 3 batters, hit 1 batsman, and gave up 0 hits and 0 earned runs. So that's a really fun thing. For that's a great performance. Really good performance by our pitcher, and um, really fun for everybody to be a part of that as well. So yeah, that's two very special things that happened tonight, for the kids to be able to remember and to know that they were part of and they worked through. So very good job in that regard. Um, this was a game where there was a lot of learning going on. We had to deal with the rain delay, as I said, halfway through the game after the second inning, or going into the bottom of the third inning, I should say. Had to deal with the rain delay, come back from 30 minutes, a little bit more than 30 minutes. And a lot of times it's really hard to come back from something like that. The players get excited, they're running around, they're talking amongst themselves, and it's hard to get focused after that. And so I was a little worried about that at the beginning of the rain delay. We kind of let the kids do what they needed to do as long as they were safe. And then at the end, I brought them back together, and we talked to them about how we need to focus and how we need to finish the game. Um, and I challenged them at that point. I said, we're up right now. Let's keep it this way. This is a game that we should finish this game off. We should be able to finish this off, and I don't want this to slip away from us because we're not paying attention. We're not ready after a rain delay. And come out right away, and we're firing on all cylinders. The kids did really well. We actually scored 3 more runs after the rain delay, 2 in the top of the fifth inning to put it out of reach. That's why we didn't play the bottom of the fifth inning. And it was really good performance, a lot of adversity that they had to deal with. We started off the game a little out of sorts batting. We we were not as patient as we usually are. And so, we said, hey, we want to be patient at the plate. We don't want to help out somebody that doesn't need help. We don't want to help out the pitcher. After that, we went on. I think the first inning we had 3 batters go up. The second inning, though, we had 5. We had 2 runs score that inning. The third inning, we had 7 runners. We had 7 batters go up to play the plate. So that was really good. And in the fourth inning, we had another 7 runners or 7 batters go up to the plate. And so we were really being patient. When you send 7 or more batters up to the plate, that means one, the pitcher's struggling, and we are not helping out a pitcher. And again, I say over and over again, it's really hard, especially at this age, for people not to help out a pitcher because everybody's being told swing at the pitch, hit the ball. What we're trying to teach is that we want to get our pitch. We don't want to be swinging at everything. As we get older and pitching gets better and people get better with their ball control and being able to hit it in the zone and hit it in different parts of the zone, this is where being patient and seeing pitch selection and the number of pitches or the number of reps that everyone is getting will come in and be important, because what we're trying to teach here is little by little, we're going to take away that guidance of, hey, let's let the first strike go. By the end of the season, maybe we won't be really doing that. But by the end of the season, we'll also be in a situation where the kids are really looking for their pitch. And sometimes they might go up and they might swing at the first one. But a lot of times they might try to work a count as well. And we're keeping up with all of that. We're keeping up with the number of pitches each kid has seen. We're keeping up with the number of walks and strikeouts and how many times they have worked a count. And so I was really, really impressed with the kids tonight. Really, really impressed at the plate. This actually is we had the most hits tonight than that we have had all season. As a team, we made 28 plate appearances, 20 of those being at bats. We saw 110 pitches. So as I mentioned, we threw 71. We made them throw 110. Again, such that's back to what we are used to, and not what happened before, where we are having to throw so many pitches. This is back to what we're used to. They threw 40 more pitches than we did. So we got to see 40 more pitches of their pitchers than they got to see of our pitcher. Out of those, we had 8 hits on the night. That's the best night we have had. That's the best time we've had at the plate. We had a couple people get their first hit of the season. So that was really, really cool. That was fun to see. We had 6 walks and 7 strikeouts. So we're right there. We had one more strikeout than we had walk on the night, and we had 2 hit batsmen. We also we made a few errors in judgment running on the bases at times, but we were able to recover from those. And that is something that is going to happen in baseball. You're not going to do everything perfectly, even though everybody wants you to. We're not going to do everything perfectly. We're not going to make the best perfect decisions every time. The players aren't going to make every single stop every time, hit the ball every single time. In other words, this is a game of imperfection. And so being able to deal with the imperfection and just keep coming back and keep coming back until you overcome that adversity, that's really, really important. And, hopefully that's another one of those lessons the kids can take outside of baseball as well. And so all in all, this was really, really fun. This was a good outing for everybody. And I'm really, really impressed with the way that we played tonight. So we have time for one question if anybody has one. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Another question about player preparation. And one thing I want to point out is this is the 6th game we've played, 4th league game that we've played. This is, and we keep improving that tonight. When I would look out in the field, I think I may have said something 2 or 3 times to have to get somebody's attention. And in prior games, it was a lot more than 3 times. So we are getting better and better and better at being ready for the play, at being ready for the pitch. I see a lot of kids having what we call pre-pitch movement, and then when the pitch is thrown, getting in their fielding position so that they are ready. That's real impressive. And um, it's hard in a game like this because, I mean, we did a fantastic job. Our pitcher did a fantastic job. As we talked about, this was something special tonight, a no-hitter. People don't see those. People don't get to play in those very often. At the same time, it's really, really hard to stay on task and to stay in the game when you are in the field in that situation. And we had a amazing catch at third base. One of their kids hit a screamer down the left field line over third base, that would have been multi bases, if not a home run. And our third baseman snagged it in the first inning. It was amazing. Such a great play, and it really, really pumped up everybody. And I think also kind of made everybody aware that, hey, if the next one comes to me, I got to match that. I got to make that play. And that's what we want. So tonight, there weren't a lot of balls put into play. That really was the only ball put into play. The other people that reached on base, the other four people that reached on base either reached through walks or being hit by the pitch. But you know what? Hey, that's great, and we have to be ready for that. We're really, really happy with what we did tonight. I am very happy with the way that everybody was prepared in the field. We saw a lot of people paying attention, people being ready. And as the last thing I'll say is, just as it's hard to stay in the game in the field when something like this is going on, a very dominant pitching performance, a great pitching performance, it's hard to do it at the plate, you know. Um, if we don't score runs, then this doesn't end with a W. Um, we went up to the plate, and after settling down a little bit, we found our groove, and we worked counts. We got walks. 2 innings, we had the bases loaded. We had timely hits. Those are the types of things that performance at the plate and on the base path and on the offensive side of the ball, combined with how we play and how we pitch defensively, very, very good. Um, and so that's very, very impressive to me. That's one of the most impressive things to me about this game is that just how prepared everyone was that when it's your turn and you got to make a play, and everybody understood that. I was really, really, really happy to see that. And so this was a lot of fun. We have 3 games next week, if everything holds as is. So we have a game Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're gonna be working a little bit with pitchers. We're gonna be working a little bit with pitch counts, so that we can be ready for next week and we can be ready for the games and be competitive in the games. Also, look out for the benefit of the kids and their long-term health, and development in baseball. And so the next 2 weeks we have 3 games a week. So this will be really, really fun. I think we're in a pretty good position where we could handle that, hopefully. And so I'm excited to see what we're going to do over the next 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody.